everybody, and welcome back to our channel. We appreciate you guys for coming back each time to see what's going on in the wonderful Green Squad. So today's video, we're going to be talking about our home birth experience. So we finally have the video, and we can't wait for you guys to see it.
You're welcome.
What are you doing,
For
Naomi?
what? For what? For what?
Go put it back.
Children. Like, why do they do the things they do? Like.
Okay, so this is the birth of our third child, which is our baby boy, which we're so excited about. But my first two deliveries were both in the hospital, and I did have the girls naturally. But again, I was in the hospital. I wasn't fully aware of all of my options when it came to childbirth. And so whenever we were listening to DeVal and Kadine's podcast.
Can we say the name of it or no?
No, I'm not saying it.
I'm going to say it.
No, don't.
Why not?
Patrick, just don't.
Okay.
Anyways, you go look up DeVal and Kadine's podcast. Funny, great. Anyways, they were talking about their home birth experience, and I remember being in the car, and I told Patrick, I said, if we ever have a third child, I want to do a home birth. And so, lo and behold, found out I was pregnant, and then immediately did some research for midwives in the Houston area. Found one. She is amazing. Love her. Okay. Anyways, found her, loved her, still love her. She's great. And so we started the process. And so what you're going to see here is just the home birth experience. This labor and delivery went by so fast, y'all. Like,
yeah, because the pregnancy didn't go by fast at all.
No, it didn't. But no, this delivery went by fast. Like, I went into labor around I think I started having contractions at about 12:05. And then a little while later, I realized, okay, this is a pattern. So I woke up Patrick, and then things really started to go from there. And then I had him, it wasn't even 3 a.m. yet. So in about 2.5, 3 hours, I had the baby. So this labor and delivery went by faster than we expected. Like, we were literally moving at a fast pace because, one, we wanted to make sure we captured everything, but two, we wanted to make sure we had everything in place in regards to what the midwife needed, what we needed to set up, and all that kind of stuff. So it definitely went by faster than expected. So yeah, that's what you're gonna see. So you're not gonna see me laboring for a very long time at all, which I'm grateful for. But just one thing I remember with my daughters was that the contractions started off just like cramps that you would get when it's that time of the month. And then they progressively became more intense as I got closer to being 10 centimeters dilated and closer to the time that I needed to push. But with this third child, my contractions started off at the intense level. Like, they started off as if I was already at 8, 9 centimeters or whatever the case is. So my contractions started off real intense. I was expecting to be able to talk through my contractions like I did with the girls, but not with this one. It was like, here we go, let's get this show on the road. This baby is coming fast. Here we go.
Hey, that water shot was sexy.
It was cool. Oh God, yeah, it was bad. So here, I'm trying to eat, you guys, because my midwife said I need to make sure that I eat. But yeah.
Oh, this is funny.
Yes.
Game time, let's go.
Oh! Alright, I'm coming by. For real?
So Tiffany had to keep asking, in this part, Tiffany had to keep asking, are you serious? Are you serious? Because this dude is always playing. There's never a serious moment.
That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I would like to say that is a lie. Because I know when to play and I know when not to play. And
that's a lie.
how you figure?
Patrick, why do you think she had to ask you 100 times?
Cause she's.
She had to ask him, are you serious? Are you serious? Because y'all, Patrick is always, if you know him, those of you who are friends with us, you know that Patrick is always joking.
All right, I'm always joking.
Always playing.
But why would I call somebody
Baby, because
1
it's
o'clock
you.
in the morning?
It's you.
Name an instance where I purposely call somebody in the middle of the night just to make a joke.
I don't know, baby. I'm just saying.
Because it
Patrick is always playing.
It
Anyways,
doesn't
let's
exist.
go.
Oh, this was her prepping, getting in the bathtub, you know, just to kind of prepare her body for the onslaught.
Well, I was laboring in the water because something that I learned, the pool wasn't ready yet. And so I remembered that through our birth class, she was talking about different ways to labor, things that are comfortable. And I remember being in the water whenever my body was aching. The warm water always helped. And so a lot of home birth videos I watched, the women were laboring in the pool, well, in their bathtub as well.
And also the massages really help. I feel like when it comes to coaching, that's basically what we was called in the home birth. I was called a coach. Right. So what exactly was I saying? I was always designated as a coach. And coaching in this process was super simple. We even went through a whole birthing class for, 5-6 weeks?
It was longer than 5 or 6.
It was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
It was unnecessarily long because all the coach has to worry about is making sure that she was calm. That was the biggest thing. Keeping her mind calm, because obviously going through all that pain, the most that we can really do is try to keep her calm and just make sure that the environment around us is situated to be calm. So if there's directions that need to be given or things that need to be handled, me as the coach, I'm the one to say, look, this is what needs to get done, X, Y, Z. And it's simple. I mean, all of the hard work is Chelsea. I'm just there to facilitate an atmosphere of calmness. So the massaging when she was in the tub, that was just to alleviate pain for her, because obviously, you know, your core, the muscles in your core wraps around to your back. So a lot of that pressure in her lower back, just simple rubbing it will kind of alleviate some of that pain.
And Patrick did a great job of being present during the contractions. And with the coach, one thing we learned was that, you know, it's his responsibility, the coach's responsibility, whether it is your spouse or it could be a relative or best friend or even a doula or whatever the case may be. But it's to help remind you of your relaxation techniques. And so through our birthing class, she taught us different relaxation techniques. And then one of the things we practiced was like just Patrick's, when he would touch certain areas, that was just an indicator to me, relax your shoulders or relax your muscles in your legs or whatever the case may be. It was to trigger my mind to think, okay, relax this area. And it really did help. In one of the parts of the video, you saw him kind of stroking my forehead and my eyebrows, because there were times where during a contraction...
You know we're not there yet, right?
Yes, it was.
I was talking about coaching here. So talk about blooper.
So after a while, when we realized, okay, the contractions are like boom, 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 I remember there was an app I have, and I was timing the contractions. So I sent a screenshot to my midwife, basically telling her this is where we are, yada, yada, yada. And then, I don't know, did she call or we called her?
We called her. No, we texted her.
Yeah, we texted her.
Told her everything that was going on. She was asking, like, how far apart are the contractions? How often are they coming? And I guess with the information that we gave her, all of a sudden, boom, she gave us a call.
Oh, okay. I can't remember. But anyway, so on the phone with her, and she's asking me questions, of course, because you never want, you want to make sure, because I would hate for her to make a blank trip and then it be false labor, whatever. So she's asking me these questions, and then in the middle of a conversation, a contraction hits. And you don't see it because Patrick obviously had to put the camera down to come assist. But in the middle of the phone call, I had a contraction, and with her having her expertise, she could probably tell by the length of the contraction, how I was breathing, my voice, because in the phone call, my voice is a little bit shaky. You could tell I'm in pain. So with those indicators after the phone, at the end of the phone call, she was like, okay, I'm going to get up, get dressed, pack my stuff up, and head that way. The thing about my mom, she came in, she was like, boom, 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 boom.
Go.
Yeah, she was ready to go. Tiffany was ready to go. And like I said, the labor was moving so fast. And so my mom is using a pot to help fill up the pool, because we definitely had a water hose to fill it up. But since my labor was moving so fast, she was trying to help by using the pot to add water to the pool to fill it up a little faster. But I'm grateful that we did take the time to blow up the pool. As soon as we got it, we blew up the pool and we just put it in his room. We had all of the birth kit supplies already organized and in one spot. We pretty much had all of what we would need for the home birth prepared and set aside, so that when it came time for the birth, people knew where everything was, and we could bring it and be like, here goes that,
Yep.
Here goes this. And you guys, that preparation saved us, because if we hadn't prepared all of those things and set that stuff up,
oh, it would have been mass chaos.
yeah, it would have been crazy. I probably would have had the baby in my bed. Not that that was a bad thing, but I wanted the water birth.
And then,
And
if anything, that would have added stress just to the space, to the environment. Unneeded stress. And obviously, as the coach, I wanted to make sure we got to make this as calming and as peaceful as possible. So
smooth.
even a week or 2 weeks prior to us getting closer to her due date, we were like, let's just blow everything up. Let's just get everything prepared. Let's put it to the side, because it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Correct. So yeah, this was another technique they taught about laying down, but I only laid down once.
Techniques laying down.
I only laid down once because, y'all, that contraction that I felt laying down was bad. I was like, I can't lay down no more. Like, I gotta get up. Another technique they taught was, if you saw Patrick, he was stroking my eyebrows. And in our birth class, she talked about that touch and telling the coach to touch the areas that mom is tensing up to remind her to relax. And so he was stroking my eyebrows and my forehead. And as you can see, I kind of relaxed that area because
she always scrunch face.
Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so he touched my eyebrows, and it really helped to get me to just relax my eyebrows, and I began to relax the muscles in my face and just on down, all the way down to my toes. And it definitely helps when you just sink in.
Oh, this is the part where she was holding on to the, what's that thing called?
It's one of my scarves, but it's
scarf?
a rebozo. It's referred to in the birth class as a
She
rebozo.
put all her weight on that mug.
And then the rebozo on my lower back definitely brought some really, it added counter pressure to my tailbone area. And it really brought a lot of relief to me. So Patrick and I started making our way to the front of the house, to the pool.
Look at Chelsea's face when she found out the pool ain't ready to go.
Anyways, so we started making our way to the front because, having given birth 2 times before, I knew what it felt like when I felt like the head pushing down. Like, I felt that pressure. And so I was like, we need to go to the front, because I don't know. I feel like I need to push. It's like the feeling between needing to push and,
Take a deuce.
for lack of better words, yeah, doing
Drop
that.
it.
Anyway, so I was like, we need to go to the front. So I go to the front, and like I said, y'all, stuff is moving fast. And so we get to the front, and they're filling up the pool. The pool is just about filled up, but the temperature is a little bit too hot.
Yeah.
So the temperature needed to be at 99 degrees, and the temperature they read it was like 106 or something. So my mom's running in and out with the pot with cold water to try to drop the temperature of the pool. So Melissa has me, I told her, I said, I feel like some pressure down below. So she has me go to the couch and get into like a head down position, like on my hands and knees with a head down position. And that is to kind of alleviate that pressure.
Oh, that's what it's for?
In this case, it's to alleviate that pressure. So I'm leaning down, and Patrick is again adding that counter pressure, and he's massaging my back. But it gets to the point to where I'm like, this is no longer working. Like, I really feel like I need to push.
This is me just calming her, giving her affirmations, telling her a great job she's doing, because she was amazing throughout this whole process. Calming her down.
I was relieved to finally get in the water, and like I said before, like as soon as I got in the water, the relief came because I was like, okay, I can finally, if I do start pushing, I'm where I want to be, which is in the pool. And so while I was in the water, I remember, Patrick was there, of course, helping me, and then also Melissa was there. She used the Doppler to check baby's heart rate and everything like that. So we were doing those checks. And I remember I wanted to make sure the girls were there. So they went to wake up the girls, and I know they had a hard time waking up Naomi. Naomi was like, I'm too tired. Mm-hmm. Tell me what happens later.
Tell me what happens later.
And I'm like, girl, whatever. And so Chloe, she was so excited. So she came. My Nana finally arrived. And my Nana did something that was so awesome. I was leaning back, and I felt so hot. And she came and she put her hands on my face like this, and she kissed me on my forehead. And y'all, her hands were so cold, but it felt so good. And I was like, that was exactly what I needed at that exact time. Mm-hmm. And so she did that just to let me know she made it. And literally, the baby came very soon after that. But I remember being in the water. I started pushing, and the first push was, I felt something like pop. And I was like, something just popped. And Melissa was like, your water just broke. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then a little after that, what she did was she had me, she said, what I want you to do is, I said, I want you to use your 2 fingers, and I want you to feel for the baby's head. So I was a little hesitant. So I went down there, and I went to feel for his head, and it felt kind of jelly, like squishy. And so I was reaching, I was like, it feels squishy. And she was like, that's his head. And then she asked me how many knuckles deep did I have to put my fingers. She's like, 1 or 2 knuckles. I said, about 1 knuckle. And she was like, okay. So that was like our indicator, like he is like right there on the cusp of being brought into this world. And so after that, it came time to push. And I remember I didn't see it, and I was kind of upset with myself because I wanted to be in a more upright position when I gave birth to him, but I couldn't release myself from holding on to the handles and leaning back. But I just remember pushing, and they shared with me later that when his head came out, Melissa had to reposition his umbilical cord, because the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. But I'm just grateful that she was just so aware, so in tune, to where she was like, okay, this is this, let me do that. And it, like I said, I didn't even notice it. And so, sure enough, gave a few more pushes, and out he came. And we laughed because everybody, well, we laughed after the fact because everybody's reaction.
Yeah.
It was so funny. So one of the options that was presented to us by the midwife was the what to do with the placenta. So she told us that we could have the placenta encapsulated, like in little capsules, like pills to take. But that process, it was gonna cost about $200+. So we said, nah, we'd be good. You know, we're good without it. But what she does is, she said after the birth, she's able to cut up the placenta, not the entire placenta, but take pieces of it, wrap them up, and have them frozen in your freezer. And what you can do is make smoothies with the pieces of the placenta. Now, the placenta, it helps with energy. It helps with mom's recovery in that time after the birth. And it also helps with to improve mom's mental state as well. Because as you know, sometimes women can fall into postpartum depression, or just have, during that time, just reach a low. And so I haven't eaten or had all of my placenta in my smoothies. I may just make one today. But I'm going to just let you know right now, it is tasteless. Like, I couldn't, like, I think, was it the next day or? You
actually ate?
I don't remember.
It was like,
it was within the first few days.
We were solid like every day for like 4 days straight. You was drinking a smoothie with it in there.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's tasteless. I tasted it. Mama Bev drunk some, and it really is tasteless. It's really about how you prepare it. I'm actually a beast in the kitchen, so I make sure to dress it up nice to where nobody would know. What?
Anyway,
truth don't need no belief. Truth don't need no belief.
Oh my God. Anyways, so we're super excited about the home birth, you guys, and you know, people ask me if I could do it again. No, if I could go back, would I have done it with my daughters? Heck yes, of course. If I would have had the knowledge and the information about a home birth when I was pregnant with my daughters, by all means, I would have done it. This was by far the best birthing experience I had. I had so much freedom. There was no stress. And I was comfortable in my house. Like, after I got out of the pool, I went to my bathroom, took a herb bath, got in my bed, and y'all, the birth team was amazing. They cleaned up everything. They started my laundry. They cleaned the tub. Like, they were amazing. I mean, great team. They were very cohesive. I could talk more about that. I could talk about it all day, actually. But anyways, if you have the opportunity, I would say look into having a home birth. It was the best experience. I highly recommend it, unless you have a medical condition to where a hospital birth is something you absolutely have to have. I would say look into having a home birth. Hands down, the best experience. I think it's the better experience, or the better option. So. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Please share it with somebody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more family content. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Fake smile.
That's a real smile.
No,
it's real. What's that from?
I don't know.
Guardians?
Oh, yeah.
Some Marvel fan you are.
This is the power of yeah. Don't you start to bother. It's the best. Then you will have success.
Boy, ain't nobody thinking about you.